Their daily routine included long walks through the enchanting forest that surrounded their quaint village. The woods were alive with the whispers of rustling leaves and the gentle hum of nature. Little did they know that one fateful day would forever alter the course of their lives. It was an ordinary evening, the sky painted with hues of orange as the sun began its descent. The couple strolled hand in hand, weaving through the labyrinth of trees. Unbeknownst to them, an ominous force lingered in the shadows, patiently awaiting their arrival. As Roy and Lily delved deeper into the heart of the forest, an eerie stillness settled over the surroundings. The air became thick with an unsettling energy, but the couple, lost in each other's company, remained oblivious to the foreboding atmosphere. Unseen eyes watched their every move from the shadows, and an ancient, malevolent presence awakened. Suddenly, the once inviting woods transformed into a maze of twisted branches and shadowy figures. The couple, disoriented and gripped by an inexplicable fear, realized they had lost their way. Panic set in as the once familiar path became an impenetrable thicket of gnarled trees. Whispers echoed through the darkness, whispering secrets of the forest's ancient curse. Legend had it that those who strayed from the designated trails were condemned to a twisted fate. The spirits of the woods hungered for the souls of the lost, and Roy and Lily had unwittingly become entangled in a web of malevolent forces. Desperation led them to stumble upon an old, dilapidated house hidden deep within the forest, its wooden frame barely holding together. They sought refuge within its decaying walls, hoping to escape the encroaching darkness that pursued them. As they huddled together in the dimly lit room, the air grew heavy with the oppressive presence of the malevolent force. Shadows danced on the walls, and the whispers of the cursed spirits seemed to seep through the creaking floorboards. Roy and Lily clung to each other, their eyes wide with terror. The malevolent force, relentless in its pursuit, manifested itself within the confines of the ancient house. Unearthly groans echoed through the halls as the walls seemed to close in around them. The couple, their sanctuary turning into a suffocating trap, realized that there was no escape from the insidious grip of the supernatural. In a desperate attempt to evade their otherworldly pursuer, Roy and Lily fled from room to room, their footsteps echoing in the empty spaces. The house itself seemed to come alive, its time-worn structure contorting and warping in response to the malevolent force that had taken residence. With each passing moment, the couple's hope dwindled, and the darkness enveloped them. The malevolent force, a shapeless entity fueled by ancient resentment, manifested before them, its form a grotesque amalgamation of shadows and despair. The couple, cornered and defenseless, succumbed to the inevitable. The malevolent force enveloped them, their anguished cries swallowed by the abyss. The ancient house, now tainted by the echoes of their despair, stood as a haunted testament to the tragedy that had unfolded within its walls. News of the couple's disappearance spread like wildfire through the town. Parents clutched their children tightly, warning them of the cursed woods and the malevolent force that prowled within. The forest, now shrouded in an impenetrable darkness, became a forbidden realm, a haunting reminder of the price one paid for straying from the path. The moral of the story echoed through the town's folklore. Some secrets are better left undisturbed, and the consequences of tempting fate can be far more terrifying than the darkness that lurks within the heart of the woods. Years passed, and the once vibrant town became shrouded in a palpable sense of sorrow. The legend of Roy and Lily served as a constant reminder of the malevolent force that lurked in the heart of the forbidden woods. The once thriving community now moved with a collective caution, avoiding any mention of the ill-fated couple and the haunted house hidden in the shadows. The forbidden woods, once a realm of curiosity, had proven to be a place where the sins of the past lingered, waiting to ensnare those who dared to challenge the boundaries of the supernatural. The town, now haunted by a new generation's encounter with the malevolent force, clung to the age-old moral of the story. Some secrets are best left undisturbed, and the forbidden woods held a darkness that could not be vanquished. Deep in the heart of the dense, Foreboding Forest. A group of adventurous young souls decided to embark on a camping trip. They sought the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of isolation, and the camaraderie that only the wilderness could provide. Little did they know that their every move was being watched. The group, composed of 5 friends, Alex, Sarah, Mark, Emily, and Jake, ventured deeper into the woods than any of them had gone before. The tall trees formed an impenetrable canopy, casting shadows that seemed to dance with malevolence as the sun dipped below the horizon. As they set up camp, laughter and a crackling of the fire echoed through the eerie silence of the forest. Unbeknownst to the group, hidden eyes observed them from the shadows. A mysterious presence lingered, its intention shrouded in darkness. Each member of the group felt a subtle unease, a whisper of discomfort that was easily dismissed as mere nerves. The night fell, and the group huddled around the flickering flames, exchanging stories and savoring the warmth of the fire. In the heart of the forest, a figure clad in shadows moved stealthily among the trees. This mysterious watcher, with eyes that gleamed like twin orbs of cold fire, observed the campers with an intensity that sent shivers down the spine. As the night deepened, strange occurrences began to unfold. Unsettling sounds echoed through the trees, and shadows danced menacingly on the periphery of the campfire's glow. The once vibrant atmosphere turned tense as the group began to sense an ominous presence closing in on them. Mark, the boldest of the group, decided to investigate the strange happenings. Armed with a flashlight, he ventured into the dark expanse, disappearing into the inky blackness. The others waited anxiously, their eyes darting nervously between the flickering flames and the impenetrable darkness that swallowed Mark whole. Minutes felt like hours as the group strained to hear any sign of Mark's return. Their anxiety heightened when they heard a distant, guttural growl emanating from the shadows. Panic set in, and the remaining campers debated whether to wait for Mark or flee into the safety of the night. Just as uncertainty threatened to consume them, Mark stumbled back into the clearing, disheveled and wide-eyed. He spoke of unseen figures lurking in the darkness, of eyes that glowed with an otherworldly malevolence. The group, now paralyzed with fear, clung to one another, questioning the reality of the horrors that surrounded them. With an ominous creak, the trees seemed to close in, their branches intertwining to form an impenetrable barrier. Panic swept through the group like wildfire, and in the chaos, they scattered, each member running in a different direction, desperate to escape the encroaching darkness. Sarah tripped over gnarled roots, her breath caught in her throat as she heard the relentless pursuit behind her. Emily stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated cabin, its windows shattered, and its door hanging precariously on one hinge. Desperation driving her actions, she sought refuge within its decaying walls. Meanwhile, Jake sprinted deeper into the woods, his heart pounding with each thunderous footfall. As he glanced over his shoulder, he caught a glimpse of the malevolent eyes that haunted the shadows. The forest seemed alive with a sinister energy, and he realized that escape was impossible. In the end, only one person survived the nightmarish ordeal. Gasping for breath, Jake collapsed to the forest floor, the ominous presence withdrawing into the shadows. He was left alone, haunted by the harrowing memories of the night, forever changed by the malevolent force that lurked in the heart of the forest. As Jake stumbled out of the woods at the break of dawn, he was met with the skeptical gazes of the search party that had been sent to find the missing campers. The survivors of the ill-fated camping trip were never found, and the mysterious force that dwelled in the forest remained an enigma. The moral of this chilling tale lies in the unpredictability of the unknown and the consequences of venturing into realms beyond our understanding. The forest, a symbol of nature's untamed power, serves as a reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved, and the line between curiosity and peril is often thin and treacherous. In the end, Jake, the lone survivor, carries with him the weight of a truth that defies explanation, a truth that will forever haunt the depths of the mysterious forest. One gloomy evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the town, Alex found himself in a hurry to reach his destination on the other side of the woods. Unwilling to take the longer route that circled around the forest, he decided to take a shortcut through a narrow, winding trail that cut straight through the heart of the ancient trees. The forest had a reputation for being haunted, with tales of lost souls and eerie whispers that chilled the bravest of hearts. However, Alex, a pragmatic and skeptical individual, dismissed these stories as mere superstitions. He believed in the power of reason and thought he could outsmart any fear that might creep into his mind. As he ventured deeper into the woods, the path became increasingly obscure, the trees closing in, their branches intertwined like skeletal fingers reaching out for unwary travelers. The fading light struggled to penetrate the thick canopy overhead, casting the trail into a realm of shadows. Alex's pace quickened, fueled by a mix of urgency and a desire to prove his mettle. The air turned colder, and an unsettling silence settled over the forest. The only sound that accompanied Alex's hurried footsteps was the rustling of leaves under his shoes. Strange shapes seemed to flit at the edge of his vision, and the wind carried whispers that teased the fringes of his consciousness. An ominous fog began to weave through the trees, obscuring the path ahead. Alex's confidence wavered, but he pressed on, guided by an inexplicable determination to conquer the unnerving atmosphere. The gnarled branches overhead formed a canopy that seemed to clutch at the remaining shreds of daylight. Just as Alex felt a growing unease, he stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. In the center stood an ancient gnarled tree, its twisted roots forming a grotesque pattern on the ground. As he approached, Alex noticed strange symbols carved into the bark, their meaning lost to time. Curiosity overcame his fear, and he reached out to touch the markings. The moment his fingers grazed the rough surface, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the last rays of sunlight, plunging the forest into an impenetrable darkness. Panic seized him, and he struggled to retrace his steps, but the once familiar trail now seemed like an ever-shifting labyrinth. As he stumbled through the blackness, whispers surrounded him, each word carrying the weight of centuries. Faces materialized in the shadows, twisted in agony, their eyes pleading for release from an eternal torment. Alex's breath quickened, and the forest seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Hours passed like eternities, and just when Alex felt on the verge of surrendering to the abyss, a dim light flickered in the distance. He staggered toward it, his senses reeling from the surreal experience. Emerging from the forest, he found himself on the outskirts of the town, the first light of dawn breaking on the horizon. Exhausted and shaken, Alex realized he had narrowly escaped the clutches of an ancient force that dwelled within the heart of the haunted woods. The shortcut that seemed like a time-saving maneuver had become a journey through the realms of the supernatural. In the days that followed, Alex couldn't shake off the haunting memories of the forest. The faces, the whispers, and the symbols etched into his mind, a constant reminder of the thin veil that separated the known from the unknown. He became more contemplative, aware of the limitations of human understanding. The moral of the story is that shortcuts may seem like a tempting solution to life's challenges, but they often lead to unforeseen consequences. The pursuit of quick gains can blind us to the complexities and mysteries that lie beneath the surface. In our haste, we may unwittingly tread into realms we do not fully comprehend, and the price of such ignorance can be steep. As Alex learned, there are no shortcuts in the journey of life, and wisdom often comes from navigating the intricate paths rather than avoiding them.